no hope, awesomeness was a pipe.
Guys, come on.
Welcome to Film Reviews with two Z's. I'm going to review Lego 2 the movie. Let's just start into this. I was very surprised by how well this movie was made and how much I liked it. So this is going to be a positive review, just in case. And there may be some spoilers, so watch out. Let me just, before I get into it, I watched Lego 1, the movie, when it came out on DVD. A little backstory about what I think about Legos in general. I grew up with Lego sets. I used to play Lego with Legos all the time. They're a fun toy. I even had the Lego magazine subscription. And I remember as a kid, it was one of the best things to have. It was a free subscription. I thought I was getting like a special magazine. And it was kind of special. You know, I didn't really look at it as them trying to sell me stuff. I looked at it as just a great item that showed different Lego sets coming out. And also there was like a little comic book story in there. And the interesting thing was the comic book stories in the Lego magazine were a lot like this movie in a way. The sense of humor that the Lego world had was very specific. It was it was the kind of humor that would exist if you played with Legos. I mean, it was cheesy, but not like too cheesy. It was definitely funny. And this movie, I'm so surprised by Lego 1 and Lego 2 that these films have been able to keep the sense of humor that the old Lego toys and the old Lego magazines kind of had. So very, very happy with that overall. Lego 2 the movie. Let's get into more of what this movie's about. So it pretty much starts right after Lego 1 ends. Because Lego 1 ends with kind of a children's toy showing up. And this movie starts with the kids' toys. And it's now a battle between the traditional classic Legos and these new like children toys, which are in the movie like indestructible, super strong, and they just cause havoc on Emmett and the whole gang. And what I liked about that was I think it was they called Duplo or something. Those toys are actually very hard to break. Like if you build a tower out of them, it's hard to make it smash and fall. If you build a house or something, they're hard to break because the Lego pieces are so large that they're just so strong when they fit together. But regular Lego pieces are really small, so you can like break them down pretty easy. So I don't know if that was intentional, but I like that they had that in there. There was a lot of characters that came back from the first movie. There's a few more new characters. I think Batman is, of course, the star of this one as well. There's a lot of awkward moments with him and this evil octopus Lego. And I don't want to give everything away, but it's pretty funny. I thought all the scenes were really funny. I know there are some things out there reviewing this movie, almost like a conspiracy, saying that the Lego movie has a lot of different messages and things like that. I didn't really see any hidden messages or any. There's a few cultural references, but nothing that big that I could notice. I mean, there's so much going on screen. The animation is insane. There's just Lego bricks everywhere. Just always something happening. And it just seems like it fits well with the first movie. Just a great sequel to add. And the overall story, I thought, was very smart and very well written. This is a spoiler alert, but at the end of the film, it turns out it goes into the live action world, and it's the two kids, the two children, the boy and the girl, and the boy is a little bit older than the girl, and he doesn't really want to play with her with Legos because she is a little girl and she likes girly stuff and wants everybody to be happy and just have tea parties and things like that. And the kid is the older boy is a little more into dramatic stories and like bad versus good and things like that, which I think it's hilarious, and I'm glad they did that because generally boys and girls kind of differ, like the way their imagination works at that age, and so that was a good idea. But also the overall story where Emmett and is her name Lucy? I forget her name. Emmett and all his friends are trying to fight against these other toys, but it's a story that's acted out by the children, I think. I mean, the movie kind of shows moments where the Lego people are kind of their own people, like they're alive. But I think, to me, I feel like the toys just describe more about what the children are doing. Like the kids at the end of the day are building these sets and creating these stories, and that's what's happening. And and the Lego people are just living them. Like, I mean, it's like they're just in a story that the kids make. And so at the end of the movie, the kids have to play together, or else the mother is going to take all the toys away, and they can't have Legos anymore. So it's a nice story where, you have to play along with somebody else you don't like, and like the kids have to play with each other and be nice to each other, or else they can't play at all. And I thought that was a good message. I don't think it relates to the government unless I'm looking at this as if it's not a movie, but it is a movie. So I was surprised by how good this movie was. I saw it in the theater. Really great visuals, sound, music production was really good. There were a lot of good songs a lot of well-made songs. I'll just say that. Some of these songs I don't want to think about too much because they're kind of like get stuck in your head kind of songs. But overall, just great movie. I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. That is my score. Thank you for listening.